Welcome to another edition.
Alright, go.
Welcome to another installment of Say When Bourbon. I'm Steve.
I'm Steve.
And I'm not Steve, I'm Scott.
Today we're going to be doing a little experiment. We're going to be doing some blending.
Science.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing some blended whiskeys. People have been doing it for a long time, and we thought, let's give it a go and try with bottles that are available that you can mix at home. And if we come out with something that you like, or we like, you can try it, or tell us if you have something else that you have a mix, a blend that you want to try.
So it's take two good bourbons. Do they make a great bourbon, or do they fail horrible?
So we shall find out here. Yes, and we're gonna try it with two bourbons at first, and we don't want to get too crazy, and we're just gonna go 50-50. We figured 10 ounces start with and see what we come up with.
Yeah, like we were talking earlier, a lot of the scotches are blended. And so we just, as we've kind of gone through our journey, we decided we should try something a little bit different. And each one of us, I think, has picked out, I don't know if it's our top favorite or one of our favorites, plus another one that is a little bit different, and we're going to see what we can come up with.
Let's see how it comes out. First up, we'll do Steve's two bottles.
So my two bottles are, mine is one I've actually heard of before but never tried, and I've been dying to try it, so no better time than now. Mine is going to be what's called Grand Old Buffalo. So you mix Old Grandad 114 with Buffalo Trace, and it's, from what I've heard, it's phenomenal. So it's something I've been waiting to do, and I'm excited to finally get around to doing it. So.
Yep, and I'm actually gonna go with a bottle of Eagle Rare and Smoke Wagon. This is the small batch. I decided to go with bottles that are not unique, that I'm not going to be able to find again, because if it is a good blend, I want to be able to make it again. And this one I'm just going to call a Smoked Eagle.
And I am going to go with, as I come over here, I just thought, so I shouldn't say I'm not a big fan of standard Buffalo Trace, but it's not one of the ones that I go to on a nightly, or I would go to on a nightly, but a Four Roses single barrel has always been one of my favorites. So I'm gonna borrow a little bit of Steve's Buffalo Trace.
So he thinks.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that yet.
And blend it with the Four Roses single barrel. So
You got a name for that one?
it's
Buffalo
Rose?
Buffin Rose.
Buffalo Rose, isn't that something you find on the prairie?
Yeah. Don't roller skate in a Buffalo Rose.
So yes, so stick around. We're gonna mix these, and then we'll come back and figure out what we like of it. We'll have to let them marinate or
Marry for at least 24 hours,
yes.
But we're gonna do the mix here, and then I think as we're working through that, we might as well tell them we're gonna try probably a fresh crack on a.
So what we have now, since we're working on blends, this is Buffalo Trace's new release, came out about a week or two ago. Traveler Whiskey, blend number 40. So this is a collaboration with country singer, I can't remember his name. Oh, Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
So they actually, when they were picking this blend, they sampled 50 different blends, and they landed on blend number 40. So we'll be drinking a fresh crack of a new Buffalo Trace release while we're.
That is a blend.
This
Yes.
blend while
And
we're
this
making
is-
our blends.
this is one of the reasons why we started getting the idea to, hey, let's give our shot at it and see what we can come up with. Since basically that's all it is blended whiskeys. They're taking two different blends or two different whiskeys and barrels and mixing them together to get whatever comes out good. So
The desired flavor. So
yes.
we'll do a fresh crack on this, and then we'll get to science.
Science. All right.
So we're back. We just finished our mixes, so you can now see the coloring and see. We'll see how it turns out.
Different ones, yes. What was this? Old Granddad?
114
And then Buffalo Trace, which makes it.
Grand Old Buffalo.
And this is Smoke Wagon, small batch. Eagle Rare, which is going to be a smoked eagle.
And this is Buffalo Trace and Four Roses, which is Buffalo Rose.
Yep, and kind of went with the skull here because it may be depth to me, depending on the taste. But yeah, we're hoping to come out. We're gonna let it sit for at least 24 hours.
Let it marinate.
The other thing that we've read is when you mix them, do not shake them up. I don't know what it is, but they said do not do that. If you really think you need to mix them a little bit better, you can rotate the bottle, but they just recommend just let it sit and
Yeah, it doesn't.
blend.
I mean, it's not like oil and water. It looks like it's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
Blended.
it's
blended,
there.
you know.
But for some reason they're saying that magic number is at least 24 hours. Let it sit together, and we'll see what we come up with. Here's to good luck with it,
Yeah.
coming up with these.
Again to science.
Yeah.
Science.
Well, we certainly liked the Traveler, so
Yeah.
we hope to
We hope to actually make something that's as good as that.
something that we can at least all three of us enjoy, or four of us too.
Yeah. And everybody's taste is different, so we may end up, we're gonna each sample the different ones. We'll even probably try to do maybe a blind to see, the
Which
three.
one's best?
We know what's in there, yeah, and which one we like the best, and we'll come up with that. But anyway, stick around, and we'll have the next part of this shortly.
Thanks for joining us.
And as always,
Yeah. Thanks for
Say
joining
when.
us. Say when.